Every trader goes through the same 5 stages. Most get stuck, some quit, a few break through, and the ones who break through do not skip stages. They recognize where they are, accept it, and execute the specific action required to move forward. Today, I am going to show you exactly which stage you are in, what trap is keeping you there, and the precise exit action to reach the next level. This is not theory. This is the map. Let's begin. Stage 1, the honeymoon. You just started trading, and it feels like you discovered a money printer. Maybe you made $300 in your first week. Maybe you had beginner's luck and hit a few winners in a row, and your brain makes a catastrophic error. It assumes you figured it out, that you are naturally good at this, that the wins will keep coming. This is the honeymoon, and it is a trap because those early wins were not skill. They were randomness, but your brain does not know the difference, so it extracts the wrong lessons. You think the pattern you saw is the edge. You think the indicator you used is the holy grail. You think if you just find the right mentor or the right setup, losses will not happen. And that delusion destroys you. You are still very vulnerable and actually know nothing about trading. But you are acting with the confidence of someone who knows everything because you happen to catch winning trades. Meet Jake. He started trading with $2,000. His first 3 trades were all wins. He made $400 in 2 days. He felt like a genius. He thought he had a gift. Then he went bigger on the 4th trade. He lost $600. He panicked. He chased it back on the 5th trade and lost another $500. 2 weeks later, his account was blown. Jake's problem was not the strategy. It was the illusion. The early wins created false confidence. He thought he knew what he was doing. He did not. He was gambling. And the market eventually punishes all gamblers. Do not fall for beginner's luck. If you interpret your wins as skill and talent, they will become your downfall. You just happen to catch winning trades. That is all. Just as you should not lose confidence when you happen to catch losing trades, you should not think you figured everything out when you win. Here is the exit action: trade micro size. And the only question you ask after each trade is this: did I follow my stop? Did I follow my size? Not did I win? Not was my analysis right? Did I follow the 2 rules that keep you alive? Stop and size. This kills the honeymoon because you stop measuring success by profit. You start measuring it by discipline. And discipline is the only thing that gets you to stage 2. So if you are in this stage, start practicing how to interpret success and failure correctly. Success equals following your rules regardless of outcome. Failure equals acting impulsively and breaking your discipline. Stage 2, the desperation loop. You blew up, or you have been bleeding slowly for months, and now you are desperate. So you start jumping from strategy to strategy, course to course, mentor to mentor. You spend 3 days on one system. It does not work immediately, so you switch. You find a new guru, follow their signals for a week, lose money, blame them, then find another. This is the desperation loop. And the real poison here is signal dependency. You are entering trades based on someone else's decision, but you are experiencing your own loss. So when it goes wrong, you have no conviction, no plan, just confusion and pain, and you spiral deeper. Because when you enter someone else's trade and stop out, you are not taking responsibility. You are avoiding it. You do not want to carry the full burden. But in trading, those who walk their own path succeed, not those who copy others. Those who create their own edge, those who build their own systems, those who stay loyal to their own rules, those who are ready to take responsibility. Meet Sarah. 6 months into trading, she tried 12 different strategies, bought 8 courses, followed 5 signal groups, and was still losing. Every time a new method appeared, she jumped. She thought maybe this one is the holy grail. But she never stayed long enough to know if anything actually worked. She was not testing strategies. She was collecting them. And collections do not make money. Execution does. Sarah's problem was not that she lacked information. She had too much, and none of it was integrated. She was addicted to the search, not the work. She should have taken responsibility and stayed loyal to one system, but she had already deviated from her reason for entering this business and was chasing different things. She just was not aware of it. Here is the exit action. A 30-day input freeze. No new courses, no new mentors, no new strategies. Pick one setup, one time frame, and execute it for 30 days. Keep an execution journal, not a P&L journal. An execution journal. Did I follow the rule? Yes or no? That is it. 30 days. This breaks the desperation loop because you stop searching for the answer outside. You start building the skill inside, and skill only comes from repetition, not information. So take responsibility today and stay loyal to your system no matter what. This is how you develop execution. Jumping from strategy to strategy will cause inadequacy in execution because you can never master executing a specific strategy. Stage 3, false humility. Nobody talks about this stage, but it is where most disciplined traders get stuck. You stop jumping strategies. Good. You have a system. You follow risk management. You journal. But now you are not taking trades. You tell yourself, I need more confirmation. I need to be more sure. I will wait for the perfect setup. And this looks like discipline. It sounds like maturity. It can even be mistaken for patience, but it is actually fear disguised as patience. You have built a perfect system that only exists in your journal because in real time, you always find a reason not to pull the trigger. The risk feels too high, the setup feels too uncertain. You are waiting for perfect, and perfect never comes. So you stay stuck watching, analyzing, never executing. Stop waiting for perfect. More confirmation does not mean better execution. Use solid and as few confirmations as possible. And do not wait for everything to be perfect. If your conditions are met, take the trade and record it. Postponing trades while waiting for everything to be ideal is an escape method. An escape method disguised as patience. Meet Marcus. 2 years into trading, he has a solid strategy that is back-tested. He knows his edge, but in 6 months he has taken only 11 trades, while his rule says he should be taking 3 to 5 per week. He keeps waiting for more confirmation, more confluence, more certainty. And every time a setup appears, he finds a flaw. The volume is not quite right. The trend is not strong enough. The entry is not clean. So he passes. And the trade works. And he feels sick. But next time, same thing. He passes again. Marcus thinks he is being disciplined, but he is being paralyzed. And paralyzed traders do not make money. Even with perfect systems, everything does not need to be perfect. Moreover, even if everything is perfect, you can still stop out. And a trade that looked flawed can reach your target. You cannot know this. So clarify and simplify your rules. Use few but strong confirmations. And when those confirmations come, take the trade. Do not wait for more, do not question it. To improve execution, you must execute. And you may be sabotaging yourself by waiting for perfect. Do not do this. Here is the truth. Executing an imperfect system beats journaling a perfect one every time. You do not need more confirmation. You need more reps. Here is the exit action. 50 trades. Small size, but real size. Not demo, not paper. Real. And the only criteria is this. Did I follow the plan? Not did it win. Did you execute when the rule said execute? 50 times. This kills false humility because you realize perfect does not exist. Only probability, and probability requires volume. You cannot see your edge in 5 trades. You need 50. You need 100, and once you start executing, the fear loses power because you prove to yourself that you can survive the losses. And survival is the foundation of everything. Do not aim for perfect. Aim for execution. If you have 3 confirmations and all 3 came, do not wait for more. Do not say, what if this also happens? Take the trade. Record the result. Move on. That is all. Stage 4, probability and the mathematics of survival. You made it here. Congratulations. Most do not. You are executing your system. You are taking trades. And now the question changes from will this trade win to if I repeat this 100 times, do I have positive expectancy? This is the shift. You stop caring about individual outcomes. You start caring about the process over a series. And this stage requires 2 things: an if-then plan and math literacy. The if-then plan is simple. Before the session, You write the conditions. If price breaks this level with this confirmation, then I enter with this size and this stop. No emotion, no decision making in the moment. The decision was already made. You are just executing pre-written instructions. This removes hesitation, removes second guessing. You see the condition. You execute the action. Done. Everything is planned. You know what you will do, no matter what happens. And when that moment comes, you do it without questioning because you prepared yourself for it. Definitely plan what you will do before the session. When you say, today, I will take longs no matter what, as long as they give me the confirmations I want. You will not hesitate when your setup appears because you planned this beforehand and prepared yourself for that moment. There may be price movements and reactions that push you into hesitation in the moment. That is why you must plan what you will do and what action you will take in each situation before the session begins. The math literacy is this. A 50% drawdown requires a 100% gain to recover. If you lose half your account, you need to double what is left just to get back to even. This is why fixed percentage risk is non-negotiable. You risk the same percentage every trade. 0.5%, 1%, 2% maximum, no exceptions, not after a win, not after a loss. Same percentage, because math does not care about your feelings. And if you violate the math violates you. Meet Emma. She is a stage 4 trader. She has a system. She executes it. She tracks her stats. A 58% win rate, a 1.4 profit factor, positive expectancy confirmed over 200 trades, and she risks 1% per trade every time. No exceptions. She had a week where she lost 6 trades in a row and was down 6%. It hurt, but she did not increase size to make it back faster. She kept risking 1%. The next week, 4 wins, back to break even, then positive again. The math worked, not because she was lucky, but because she trusted the process and protected the capital. Her stop losses were not punishments. They were insurance premiums, the cost of doing business, and she paid them without emotion. If we let what we experience during the process affect the process, we ruin everything. The emotions you experience while trading, should not affect your trading process. Otherwise, even if you have positive expectancy, you can end the month negative. Even if that day is a high expectancy day for your strategy, chasing a single emotion can ruin everything and close the day at a loss. You have experienced this. You know how a single mistake, a single impulsive action, creates a butterfly effect and can reset everything. So never give momentum to behaviors you do not want. Protect your business plan so your positive expectancy can materialize. Do not be affected by the results of individual trades. See them as data. Process them. Record them. Your job is nothing more than following the rules you set. If something needs to change or develop, do not change it that day. Finish the week. Finish the month. Evaluate. And if something will change, it will change then. This change is not a strategy change. For something like reducing the weight for one of your confirmations. Simplification is essential for this process to work in the best way. But while simplifying, of course, do not give up things that significantly create positive expectancy. If you see things that make no difference and are unnecessary, you can remove them. Here is the exit action for stage 4. Build your if-then plan. Write it before every session and track your math. Know your drawdown tolerance. Know your risk per trade and never violate it. This is not optional. This is survival because even the best edge in the world cannot save you if you blow up your account. Probability works over time, but only if you survive long enough to let it. You must survive long enough because if you leave things to chance, everything will definitely find a way to go wrong. Stage 5, boredom, God mode, and flow. You made it. You are profitable, consistent. The trades feel boring, and that is the success signal because boring means automatic. Boring, G means you are not fighting yourself anymore. You see the setup, you execute, you manage, you close. Repeat, no drama, no excitement, just process. But here is the trap. This is where the final boss appears. God mode, no resistance, no questions. Everything is clear and working. The real money printer happens in this part of the process. You have a good week. 5 wins, 3 losses, net positive. You feel great. And a subtle thought appears. Maybe I can increase size just a little. Maybe I can bend the rule slightly. After all, I am profitable now. I know what I am doing. This is God mode. And it kills more profitable traders than anything else because you are not increasing size based on account growth. You are increasing it based on emotion, based on confidence from recent wins. And when the inevitable reversal comes, it hits you harder than it should. Because your size was wrong, your risk was inflated, and you gave back weeks of progress in 2 trades. We should not keep making these amateur mistakes over and over. Meet Chris, stage 5 trader, profitable for 8 months. Follows his plan, risks 1%, grinding slowly upward. Then he has a massive week, 7 wins out of 8 trades, up 12% in 5 days, feels unstoppable. The next Monday, a perfect setup appears and he thinks, I am hot right now, let me risk 2%. Just this once. The trade fails, loses 2%. Frustrating, but fine. Next trade, another perfect setup, he is annoyed now, wants to make back that 2% fast, risks 3%, loses again. Now down 5% for the week, and the God mode spiral begins. He is chasing size is inconsistent. Discipline is gone. 2 weeks later, he gave back 5 months of gains. Not because his system stopped working, because he stopped following it. Here is the defense. Win or lose. Same checklist. Same percentage. Every time. You do not celebrate wins. You do not mourn losses. You execute the process. And the final peak of stage 5 is this. Not trading is also a professional decision. If conditions do not match your system, you do nothing. Not out of fear, out of math. Your edge does not exist in these conditions. So you wait. And waiting is not weakness, it is discipline. Meet Jordan. Stage 5 trader has not taken a trade in 2 weeks. Not because he is scared, because his system is built for trending markets and the market is chopping. His if-then plan says, if range-bound, do not trade. So he does not. He watches, he waits, he stays ready. And when the trend resumes, he executes. He does not force trades to feel productive. He does not trade out of boredom. He trades when his edge exists, and he does nothing when it does not. This is mastery. Not trading every day, trading the right days. The map is clear. Stage 1, kill the illusion. 20 trades. Stop in size only. Stage 2, break the desperation. 30-day input freeze. 1 system. Execution journal. Stage 3, destroy false humility. 50 real trades. Process over outcome. Stage 4, master the math. If-then plan. Fixed percentage risk. Survive to let probability work. Stage 5, avoid God mode. Same rules after wins and losses. Understand that not trading is trading. Most traders never make it past stage 2. They stay stuck in the desperation loop. Jumping, searching, never building. Some make it to stage 3 and freeze, waiting for perfect, never executing. A few reach stage 4 and think they have arrived. Then God mode kills them. The ones who make it to true stage 5 understand something the others do not. Trading is boring, and boring is beautiful. Because boring means the system is running, the emotions are quiet, the process is automatic, and the account is growing. Not fast, not exciting, just consistence, and consistency over time is everything. So where are you? B. H. On a stage 1, still believing in holy grails and beginner's luck. Stage 2. Jumping from system to system, hoping the next one is the answer. Stage 3. Hiding behind analysis and waiting for certainty that will never come. Stage 4. Executing but still learning the math of survival. Or stage 5. Fighting the subtle pull of God mode and learning that the highest level of trading is knowing when not to trade. Wherever you are, the exit action is clear. You do not skip stages. You execute the action. You move forward 1 stage at a time. This is not a race. This is evolution. And evolution does not care about speed. It cares about survival. The traders who survive long enough to evolve are the ones who win. Not the smartest, not the most talented, the ones who recognize their stage, accept it, and do the work required to move forward. That is you. Now execute and understand something deeper. Trading is never just about charts, it is never just about patterns, indicators, confirmations, or risk percentages. Trading is about who you become while facing uncertainty every single day. It is about how you respond when you are wrong. It is about what you do when you win. It is about what you can sit in silence while your mind screams for action. Because the market is not testing your strategy, it is testing your identity. In the beginning, you think the enemy is lack of knowledge. Then you think the enemy is lack of capital. Then you think the enemy is bad luck. But if you stay long enough, if you survive long enough, you realize the enemy was always inside you. Impatience, ego, fear, greed, the need to be right, the need to be validated, the need to feel smart. And stage 5 is not the absence of these emotions. It is mastery over them. You still feel fear before a trade. You still feel a sting when you take a loss. You still feel a spark of excitement when you see a strong setup. The difference is those emotions no longer control your behavior. They are background noise, not commands. This is where flow begins. Flow is not hype. It is not adrenaline. It is calm execution. You open your charts. You already know what you are looking for. If it appears, you act. If it does not, you close the charts. No forcing, no overanalyzing, no revenge trading, no emotional storytelling about the market. You are not trying to predict every move. You are not trying to catch every opportunity. You are simply executing your edge when it exists. And this is where confidence becomes quiet. Loud confidence says, I cannot lose. Quiet confidence says, if I lose, I know exactly what to do next. Loud confidence increases size after a winning streak. Quiet confidence keeps the same percentage. Loud confidence wants to show others results. Quiet confidence only cares about following the plan. At this level, you stop seeking validation. You stop posting every win. You stop explaining your strategy to people who do not understand risk. You stop arguing online because you realize something powerful. The market does not reward opinions. It rewards discipline. And discipline is boring. But boring compounds. You take one clean trade. You follow your rules. Maybe it wins, maybe it loses. You record it. You move on. Then another. Weeks pass. Months pass. The equity curve does not look dramatic. It looks steady. Small pullbacks, gradual growth, no explosions, no collapses. And that steady line represents emotional control. There will still be hard days. There will be weeks where nothing works. There will be periods where your edge underperforms. But because you understand probability, you do not panic. Because you respect drawdown limits, you do not self-destruct. Because you risk fixed percentages, you survive. And survival gives you time. Time to let your edge play out. Time to refine small details. Time to evolve without blowing up. This is where most traders fail to understand the true game. They think trading is about making money quickly. But the real game is staying in the game. If you stay in the game long enough with positive expectancy and controlled risk, growth becomes inevitable. Not guaranteed every week, not guaranteed every month, but inevitable over cycles. The emotional maturity required for this is massive. You must be okay with missing trades. You must be okay with taking losses publicly if you trade in a community. You must be okay with slow months. You must be okay with not feeling excited, because excitement is expensive. Every time you chase excitement, you pay with discipline. Every time you break your risk rules, you pay with stability. Every time you override your if-then plan, you weaken your own trust in yourself. And self-trust is everything. When you follow your rules consistently, even during losses, you build internal credibility. You start believing yourself. When you say, I will risk 1%, and you actually risk 1%, your mind relaxes. When you say, I will stop trading after 2 losses, and you actually stop, your confidence grows. Not confidence in prediction. Confidence in behavior, that is real power. Because once you trust your behavior, that is real power. Because once you trust your behavior, fear reduces. You know that no single trade can destroy you limits. You know that you have guardrails. And those guardrails create freedom. Ironically, strict rules create emotional freedom. Because you are not constantly negotiating with yourself. The decision is already made. The plan is already written. You just execute. There will be moments where temptation whispers, just this once. Size up a little. Take this setup even though it is not fully aligned. Make it back today. And in those moments, stage 5 traders remember something critical. Every deviation trains a habit. If you bend the rule once and get rewarded, you reinforce bad behavior. If you bend the rule and get punished, you damage confidence. Either way, you lose. So you do not bend. You zoom out, you look at your long-term data, you look at your risk model, you remind yourself that your job is not to win today. Your job is to execute correctly today. That is it. When you truly internalize this, trading becomes almost spiritual. Not in a mystical sense, but in a disciplined, self-aware sense. You are observing your impulses without reacting to them. You are making decisions based on structure, not emotion. You are accepting uncertainty without resistance, and acceptance changes everything. You accept that losses are part of the business. You accept that drawdowns happen. You accept that no strategy wins all the time. You accept that you cannot control the market, but you can control size. You can control entries based on rules. You can control when you stop. You can control when you stop. You can control whether you follow the plan. And that is enough. At the highest level, trading is simple. Not easy, but simple. Define an edge, manage risk, execute consistently. Review data, improve slowly. Repeat, the complexity only exists when emotions take over. So ask yourself honestly, are you trading to prove something, or are you trading to build something? If you are trading to prove you are smart, the market will humble you. If you are trading to build consistent income over time, you will respect the process. And building requires patience. It requires waking up on days where nothing sets up and still being disciplined enough to do nothing. It requires taking small losses without drama. It requires not comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Because comparison creates pressure, and pressure creates mistakes. Your only competition is your previous self. Were you more disciplined this month than last month? Did you respect risk better this quarter? Did you reduce impulsive trades? Did you follow your if-then? Plan more consistently? That is growth. And growth in trading is rarely visible externally at first. It shows internally before it shows in the account. It shows in how calmly you react. It shows in how quickly you accept a loss. It shows in how easily you close the platform when conditions are not aligned. Then, slowly, the account follows. So wherever you are right now, do not rush. If you are in stage 1, focus on discipline. If you are in stage 2, stop searching and start executing. If you are in stage 3, take the trades. If you are in stage 4, master the math. If you are in stage 5, protect your consistency. No shortcuts, no skipping. This journey is not glamorous. It is not cinematic. It is quiet. It is repetitive. It is sometimes lonely. But it is powerful. Because when you finally reach the point where trading feels calm, structured, and boring, you will realize something extraordinary. You are no longer trying to beat the market. You have learned to master yourself. And once you master yourself, the market becomes just another environment where you execute with discipline. That is the real breakthrough. Now breathe. Open your charts with intention. Follow your plan. Respect your risk. Record your data. Close the platform when your edge is not present. And tomorrow, do the same thing again. That is how professionals are built. One controlled decision at a time.